Hello everyone, and welcome to Tony's Comic Spotlight. In this weekly episodic series, I spotlight some of the best comics put to print.
In this special 50th episode, we shine the spotlight on Marvel Comics Super Special number 1 from 1977, the only comic printed in real Kiss blood.
If you're enjoying the content, please feel free to like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified of our latest videos. Feel free to leave a comment as well. I hope you enjoy the videos. And now, on to our featured story. Kiss in Kiss. Chapter 1. Youthful friends Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley are on their way to rendezvous with two friends at Playland. While walking down 7th Avenue, they discuss the typical nuances of adolescence to adulthood. As they round the corner, they see a blond older man being accosted over a box that he possesses. The old man, named Dizzy, refuses to give his box to the thug, saying that he has sworn an oath unto death to safeguard it until he meets the people who will rightfully possess it. He is shocked to see Gene and Paul, and he throws them the box, telling them they are the ones and to go fulfill their promise. The gang of thugs give chase to Gene and Paul, who run away with the box. Meanwhile, Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley are at Playland, and while Ace is playing pinball, Gene and Paul come rushing in. As they make a run for the photo booth, Paul tosses Peter the box and tells him to stash it quick. Peter is being set up until the thugs come into the arcade looking for Gene and Paul. As the thugs look for Gene and Paul, Ace takes notice of the box, remarking how pretty it is. This catches the attention of the gang leader, but before anything can be done, Peter grabs Ace and they also enter the phone booth. Crowded in the booth, Gene can't believe that they still have the box. The gang prepares to rush the photo booth, but as this happens, Ace opens the box and to their surprise they find 4 totems, consisting of 3 wood carvings and a star. As the gang prepares to ambush the box begins to smoke and explodes, revealing that the 4 youths have been transformed. The gang attack, but the 4 youths easily defeat them. Ace makes a thumb gesture and the 4 youths disappear. The gang leader mumbles into a wristwatch that the youths got away, but then is instantly reduced to ash by whomever he was speaking to in the watch. The 4 youths materialize moments later on South Ferry. Ace understanding how he did it, but Gene saying it was teleportation, just like in the comic books. The 4 trying to fathom what they had become when Ace remarks that the moon is unusually full. Paul and Gene tells him to forget the moon, but Peter points out that it's fallen from the sky. The moon is really a likeness of the moon, a vessel of sorts, that lands in front of the group. The doors open and an entourage of gypsies emerge, preparing the way for their master to emerge from their craft. The monarch of Latveria, Dr. Victor Von Doom. Dr. Doom tells the group that he knows what is behind the group's transformation, and that it was magical energies that by right belonged to him. He tells the tale of the box of Kazis, a box that was among the implements of gypsy sorcery he was to inherit upon his mother's death, but there were those amongst the gypsy tribe that deemed its power too immense for Doom to possess. So while he was on his youthful sojourn to Tibet, one of the tribe's mystics stole the box and brought it to the United States, devoting his life to its safekeeping. Doom says the old man, Dizzy the Hun, bestowed the box to the youths, and that the thugs that chased them were under his employ. Doom decrees that since he can no longer possess the box of Kazis, then he would own them. The gypsies begin to attack, but the youths hold them back to reveal the gypsies to be robots. After the robots are destroyed, Doom decides to leave, but when Gene tries to fly and stop him, Paul asks Ace to get them out of there, which he does. Unfortunately, they end up in some kind of interdimensional void. Meanwhile, as all this is going on, J. Jonah Jameson orders Peter Parker to get him some pictures of the South Ferry fight, and as he swings by the Baxter Building as the Amazing Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four are puzzled at the appearance of these strange youths as well. The Human Torch tells Reed the Avengers are on the Visiphone. Vision from the Avengers asks Reed for any information on the matter, since their arch nemesis Dr. Doom is involved. Reed says he is in the dark as well, and they agree to share info if they have any available. The Avengers decide to wait to see how things transpire as well, since they know nothing about what is going on. Yellow Jacket calls Doctor Strange, who asks him not to interfere, which they do. Doctor Strange gazes at the youth in the crystal ball along with Dizzy. Strange discusses the matter somewhat to his Defenders teammates, but Strange is adamant that the fate has decreed for these youths that they must face and possibly survive the trials on their own. Chapter 2. Jean and Paul emerge from the void in what appears to be heaven, surrounded by beautiful girls, cherubim, and an archangel. The archangel promises total satisfaction in all ways, spiritually and physically. As Paul is enjoying the affections of the ladies, Jean is skeptical of his surroundings. Jean tells Paul he is leaving, but Paul doesn't want to leave. The archangel says they are dead and cannot leave. As the cherubs attack Jean, he blasts them with his flaming breath, startling Paul, who is then shocked to see that they are demons. Jean blasts the so-called archangel, and as the flames consume him and they subside, the figure is revealed to be none other than Mephisto. The landscape is also changed to show that they are in hell. Paul is shocked to see that the ladies are actually succubi. Jean dispatches his boots to attack Mephisto, but to no avail. As the succubi continue their assault on Paul, he uses his star power to revert them to tiny slugs. Mephisto tells them that he plans to use them as pets, but Jean continues his assault. No longer amused, Mephisto sends them away in the hopes that they will be more seasoned when they next meet. Ace and Peter emerge from the void somewhere in the reaches of space in what appears to be a disco filled with cat people. As they mingle, Peter catches the attention of a feline named Mandu. As they dance, Ace overhears the crowd say Mandu is Big Leo's queen and that Peter may be doomed. Mandu and Peter sit down to talk. Mandu tries to get Peter to stay with her, but Peter says he has obligations elsewhere. At that time, Big Leo appears and threatens Peter. Ace tells Leo the cat is his friend, and Leo's thugs attack Ace. While Peter deals with Leo, Ace traps his foes in a cone of force, but Leo breaks out. Peter lunges at Big Leo and defeats him. Leo's staff disappears, and Peter knocks Leo out. Ace and Peter bid Mandu a farewell as he teleports them out of there. Chapter 4. The four youths are transported back to Earth several thousand miles from home. Dizzy appears and tells them that they are in the Latvian Alps solely due to the will of Dr. Doom. Dizzy tells them that the trials they faced were part of a process of learning and growing to use their new powers. Dizzy says Doom is aware also of their potential, and if he can't enslave them, he will try to destroy them. The group agrees to face Doom. At that moment, a group of monks appear and are revealed to be robots, which the group easily destroy. Then a stone mouth appears and begins to try to suck them all in. But after realizing that Ace and Dizzy are not being affected because they aren't trying to do anything, Paul persuades Peter to do nothing, and he has to use his star power to get Jean to calm down. Soon the threat has ended. Soon the five are transported to another plane, where they face Dr. Doom. Doom easily swats Paul back. Jean tries to punch Doom, but to no avail. Peter tries a sneak attack, but fails. Ace is defeated as well. Ace makes a comment to Doom about even he had to be a kid once, which makes Dr. Doom think back to his own childhood. Paul uses his star power to replay Doom's past in his mind. Doom sees the deaths of his parents at the hands of the government, how he became Dr. Doom. Dizzy confronts Doom and criticizes him for trying to deny these four the chance to realize their potential. As the group continues to fight, Doom raises his fist to kill Dizzy, and Dizzy refuses to move, allowing Doom his chance to strike, but Doom cannot. He realizes Dizzy was the man who tutored his mother in the mystic arts and spoke the eulogy at his mother's grave. So instead of destroying them, Doom decides to banish the youths from Latveria forever. Taking this moment, Ace teleports them back to New York City. As soon as they returned, the youths transformed back to their human forms. Dizzy asked them to put the talisman back in the box. And from that point on, they decided to call themselves KISS. The end. Beside the story, this issue featured a 2-page editorial by Steve Gerber, a brief 1-page biography of Dr. Doom, a 4-page story called Blood on the Plates chronicling the band as they have the blood drawn to be placed in the red ink. There also is an advertisement for Air Latveria in case she ever thought of vacationing in scenic Latveria, and a fold-out poster. There is also a 6-page article titled Where No Band Has Tread Before, chronicling Kiss's history and discography up until that point. Kiss's first appearance in comics was a cameo appearance in Howard the Duck issue number 12, followed by their first full appearance in issue number 13. After this issue, they would return for Marvel Comics Super Special issue number 5, released in 1978. They would later return to Marvel Comics in 1997 for Kiss Nation number 1, where the comic book incarnation of Kiss would team up with the X-Men and Doctor Strange. Kiss has 30 gold albums. Kiss has 100 million albums sold worldwide, including 40 million in the US alone. The album Monster was the band's last studio album. Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer have been associated with the band for more than 20 years each. The book Monster was printed on the same binder used by the Vatican, according to Billboard.com. Beth is Kiss's biggest commercial hit. In the United States, it reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, received a gold record certificate by the RIAA, and won the 1977 People's Choice Award for favor. In 2003, Beth ranked number 3 in VH1's Greatest Power Ballads. Kiss played to the biggest crowd of their career at Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, with 137,000 people in attendance. Between 1976 and 1978, Kiss earned $17.7 million from record royalties and music publishing. A 1977 Gallup poll named Kiss the most popular band in America. In Japan, they performed 5 sold-out shows at Tokyo's Budokan Hall, breaking the previous attendance records of 4 set by the Beatles. Rock and Roll All Night has become Kiss's signature song and has served as the group's closing concert number in almost every concert since 1976. The official fan club, the Kiss Army, was unofficially started by Bill Starkey and Jay Evans in 1975, when they demanded that their local stations play Kiss music or the Kiss Army would show up at the station to protest. His net worth was estimated to be $300 million in 2021. From 1974 to 1980, Kiss released 8 studio albums, 2 live albums, 1 compilation album, 2 box sets, and 4 studio albums, totaling 17 album releases within a 6-year cycle. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch this special 50th episode of Tony's Comic Spotlight, where we featured Marvel Comics Super Special number 1 featuring Kiss. I had to. And I want to thank everybody for watching the series so far. It's kind of surreal. I figured I'd probably do 5 or 10 of these and call it a day. But here we are, episode 50. And I could have done this without all of y'all. So thank you for watching the series. Thank you for supporting the series. It really does mean a lot. Coming up in the next episode, we're going to do a special, what I'm calling Tony's Comic Spotlight Special Edition, where instead of one book, we're going to take a special look at an entire storyline. And the first one I've got picked is Batman: A Death in the Family. We're going to take a look at the 4-part story that, thanks to a phone call vote, resulted in the death of Jason Todd. So that will be pretty cool. So until next time, everyone be safe, take care, and God bless. See you.